Hello and welcome. Today, Pilates. Let's grab a ball or a small block or something that you can hold on to, preferably a little something squishy would be good. It could even be a rolled up towel that you can just make sure that it's not going to come unraveled. Okay, so go ahead, grab that item, and we're just going to set it over to the side for just a moment, bringing the hands to the knees and starting with a little breath work. Okay, shoulders roll back and down a few times. Just checking in with kind of how you're feeling today. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, roll it back. Big breath in. Exhale back. One more here. And then as you anchor your shoulders back, just take a little pause here. So we're not trying to shove them down. We're just pulling them back and making sure it's really relaxed around the neck. Take a deep breath in, expanding through the middle of your waist. So inhale here. You can even place your hands right around the rib cage. We're expanding out and to the back more than to the front. Okay, and then exhale and just cinch that waist in. So you'll notice here if you place your hands right across the rib cage, I'm just making like a little hook with the thumb and the index. And it opens up, gets wider, and then exhale, the fingers come closer together. All the air out until maybe even your fingertips touch. Inhale. Relax the shoulders, pull them back. Exhale. Every last drop of breath goes out. And then take your next 2 rounds of breath. Like you're zipping up all the way from the lowest point of the belly up toward the sternum, and then also pulling in through the side waist. One more. Very nice. Go ahead, take the ball over to the right side, and we'll just place the hand on the ball. If you don't have the ball, it's okay. Place your hand on the floor or on even a foam roller or something that will roll for you would work. Okay, so take your left arm, reach it up, bicep closer to your ear than away from it. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, start to roll out to the side. Let the ball just land underneath the forearm or wrist. Come back up, inhale. Then we'll exhale, flip that palm in and roll it out. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming out. Good, 2 more. So I still want you to find that same engagement that you started with. So you're still cinching in the waist. Supporting through the center, so core is engaged, supporting your spine, and bring it back out. Now this next one, we're gonna hold for a moment. So bring it over, roll it out, pause. I want you to know that you're gonna lift the bottom arm, so start to engage even deeper to make sure you're supported. So if I sort of relax in this position, I'll sink down. So I want you to lift up just a little bit, engage through your core to know that you're gonna support yourself and float that other arm up as you're reaching over to the side, like little parentheses with your arms around your head. Pull those shoulders down. Don't worry if your arms are completely straight or not. Take another deep breath. Reach it out a little further. Anchor your left hip, left sit bone, left knee. One more breath and reach it over. Oh, feel that sideways super engaged. And now come all the way up and release. Awesome work. Okay, take that ball to the other side. We're going right into that next side. So hand, palm just resting on it. So let your elbows stay relaxed here. And then wherever you're using, ball, foam roller, whatever it is, just underneath the hand. Okay. Take the right arm up. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Blow it out. Start to roll it out to the side. Let that bottom elbow stay softly bent and just reach out. Inhale, coming up. You can take your arm down a little bit each time or just leave it up. Exhale, reach it out. I just want you to be mindful that you're not swinging that arm. Okay, everything's very controlled. Inhale. Exhale, reach. And good. 2 more. You're going to keep that right sit bone, right hip heavy. Reach out. And 1 more. This is the one you're going to hold. Reach it out and pause. Holding here. Once again, mentally get prepared that you're going to lift that bottom arm. So you may need to engage just a little bit more to hold yourself here. Now, taking that bottom arm up, you might even be coming up a little higher than where you started. Okay, just because you're having to hold yourself with your core only. Inhale, start pulling that right side back just a little bit. Deep breath, reach a little further. So you're not reaching just to the side, you're reaching up toward the corner of your room. Inhale. Blow it out, really feel the side waist muscles working. Last breath. Come all the way up and release. Woo, all right, shake it out. Head goes side to side. Make sure you did not keep a lot of stress or tension up in the neck here. You can do front circles or little half circles to the front. Try not to let your head swing all the way to the back. We're just going side to side and to the front, keeping the neck safe. And then as you come back to center, take a little twist over to the left. So just crossing right arm over, left hand behind. And then back to center to the other side. And then back to center once again. All right, so taking your, again, ball, foam roller, whatever you might have. Again, you don't have to have anything, but it is nice to have something to push into, especially as we do this. So you can just take any direction you like, but we're gonna take the legs out a little wider. So I'm gonna turn a little bit here. Okay, so hands will go on top of your item here. Okay, legs are out, but you do not have to keep them locked or straight, so knees can be softly bent. So bring it in, or whatever you're using, bring that in close to you enough that you can kind of just relax your arms to place the hands on top. Okay, one hand is over the other to start. Inhale. Start to push the ball out and roll. Pull the belly in and reach. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, roll. Now when you're reaching out, this is more of a spine stretch or spinal stretch rather than just a forward hinge. All right, so it's not so much just from the crease of your hips. You're keeping your pelvis really steady and you're scooping in and reaching forward at the same time as though you could hollow out. Okay, come up, inhale. Exhale, reach. Come back up, inhale. So still finding the same girdle muscles, scooping in as you exhale. Release the diaphragm on the inhale, or release all the muscles that are holding you in so you can take a nice deep breath. But then exhale and start to pull in everything towards center, engaging that waistline all the way around. Take 1 more here. Inhale. Exhale, reach. And then back to center. We're going to take it over to one side. So left hand just anchored on the ball. So I'll turn a little here. Okay, left hand on the ball, right hand just out to the side beside you. And we'll slide it over to the foot. So we're going to slide opposite hand to foot. Reach. Come back up. Inhale. So for now, I'm going to keep this hand kind of just on the floor lightly. Fingertips to the floor and reach. And come back up. Good. So as you're coming out, try to rotate your shoulders and your chest. Maybe start to look over to the side just a little bit. And you can start to lift that arm up. Inhale. And then exhale, rotate deeper. And reach. Come back up. Inhale. Exhale and reach. 2 more here. Inhale. Up. Exhale, rotate. Last one, inhale. Exhale, reach it out, get long. Come back to center. We switch sides. Okay. So to start, just placing fingertips. You don't have to go any further than this. Okay, fingertips to the floor. Just light through the knees. You can flex or point through the toes. Just don't lock the knees. Okay, inhale. Exhale. Start to reach the ball out. And just kind of gaze to the side slightly. Come back up. Once again, not just the hinge from the hip. So you're pulling in, rotating, and then reaching forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach. Creating length, creating space, and also getting stronger. Okay? Exhale. Now you can come up and float that hand if you'd like to try a little bit deeper twist, reaching the arm out. And then when you reach it forward, reach the other hand back, you can still just look over to the side of the room or start to look back behind you, but only doing so if you're not dropping your head. So we're rotating and there's just a little glance back, but not because your forehead is coming forward. Okay? Exhale, so meaning I'm not trying to look back this way, right? I'm just glancing back a little bit or to the side of the room. 3 more. Exhale. And 2. Relax the shoulders, shake them out a little. Reach. You do not have to continue to look at my movement because you know what you're doing. You're just moving. Feel your body. If you're only focused on watching me, you're probably not focusing on how you're feeling quite as much. So as we get into that pattern, try to focus on where you are, okay? Unless you just need a little direction, of course. Okay, let's go ahead and turn. So I just want to remind you to really focus where you are. Not if you're just doing it all right or perfect. There's no perfect. Okay, but place that ball between the inner thighs. I just want you to really feel what's happening in your body when you're going through these movements. Okay, so we're going to start by placing ball in between the thighs. Take a deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, start to pull the belly into spine, and then begin a little bit of rounding back. Squeeze the ball and come up. So once again, if it's not a ball, it can be a block. Even the foam roller here would be fine, or a towel rolled up or a pillow that's firm. Okay, round it back, come up. If you'd like to have cushion under your tail, take a light blanket underneath you. Exhale, coming back, scooping in, and come up. Okay, so let's do that 3 more. Scooping, hollowing, and rounding as you're squeezing the ball. And 2. Chin still stays away from chest. You've got that little space here. Last one. Squeeze the ball. Scoop the belly. And come up. All right. Now take the ball. Place it behind you. It should be squishy enough. So if not, let some air out of it. But your ball should be, you should be able to pinch the ball here. Okay. So you should have, it's light enough and not inflated so much that it's real bouncy, okay? We're going to place that right behind the low back. As you lean back into it, that should pin the ball between you and the floor. Okay, separate the feet about shoulder distance. We're going to take the arms forward. Now, notice we're not going to lean all the way back. I'm not supporting myself completely on that ball. There's engagement here. As you lift up slightly, you'll still feel the ball behind you. It should still be squishy enough that you've pinched it in there in between you and the floor, and then slight lean back. Little bitty ones, lift into a little V-sit, and exhale, come back. Okay. Lift up, inhale, exhale, inhale, up. Exhale, slightly back. It's just a few inches both directions. Come up, but it's really super engaged down through the deeper part of your belly here. Good. 2 more. Lift. If you find that the ball moves at all, just put it back into place. 2. Last one. And then release it by taking the ball out from behind you. And we're going to roll all the way back. Just keep your feet where they are. Balls holding between the hands here. Inhale. Exhale, start to lift up and just reach above the knees. Back where you were. Okay, bring it back down. So if you don't lift all the way, it's okay. You start to curl up off the mat. Exhale, reach. Bring it back down. Inhale. It's okay if your toes are lifted. Try to anchor through your feet some way, so whether it's flat on the floor or with your heels down. Last 3. 2. So that ball is just moving with your upper body. So I'm not really moving the arms independently. They're just moving because my trunk curled, right? Just because the torso is curling up. That's it. Now, come all the way back up. However you get there, whether that's holding onto your legs or just rolling to the side and coming up. Okay, so as you're up, we're going to take the ball back behind us again. Let yourself kind of recline into that position, taking your hands right beside your head. Inhale. As you exhale, take the right elbow over to the left side. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. Exhale, just your fingertips kind of around your ears. We don't have to have the hands all the way back. That will push your head forward. Okay, rotate. Bring your arms out like a cactus. Rotate. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate. This is not about your arm movement. It's about your torso movement. Exhale. If that ball's working its way back, it's okay. Just reposition it. We'll do 4 more. 4. 3. So ideally, we're going to keep that low back pretty steady so the ball would stay still. 2. Last 1. Hold it again at center. Now, taking the left hand right beside your ear, right arm is going to reach over like a little cross chop and lift that left leg. Okay, bring it back up. Inhale. Exhale, cross. Lift the left leg. Inhale. Exhale. There you go. All right, 4 on this side. 4. Really focus on your breath. Pull in through the center. Good. Give me 1 more. Right here. Inhale. Exhale. Little shaking happening. All right, and release it for a moment. Now, just for a moment, just roll back over your ball. Lift your hips and just let yourself rest here for a moment. Okay, we'll get to that other side. So slide the ball now underneath your sacrum. Hold it right there for a second. Stretch the legs out, reach the arms overhead. Just open up the front body for just a moment, and we'll get to the rotation on the next side. So that ball's just underneath my sacrum, that flat spot here right above the glutes. All right, so as we get ready to come back up, you can either roll yourself to the side to push up, or you can move the ball, roll yourself back up to where you started. So rolling back up, placing that ball just right behind the sacral space right here. Okay, give yourself that support. Once again, if you're finding discomfort of your tail, take a light blanket, sit on top of the blanket. Okay, inhale. We're going to take right hand beside your head. Left arm reaches up, and then cross chop it over. Inhale up. I will turn, make that a little easier. Exhale, and cross. Now you could stay right here, okay? Or you can continue and lift that leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, cross. Good, deep breath. Feel all the muscles engaging to help rotate you and keep you safe. Let's go. 4. 3. Even if it's shaking, it's okay, it's perfect. 2. Last 1. and release. Very good. Take the soles of the feet together, round yourself forward this time. Couple deep breaths. And come back up. Here we go, all the way back on the mat. And rolling back. Okay, so once you've come all the way back on your mat, you're going to just keep the ball handy this time. So keep it over by the side. Take the legs up. And we'll start here. Okay? So legs can be completely straight or softly bent depending on your range of motion, on the hamstrings especially. Okay, so pick one here, slightly bent or straighten them out if it's available for you. And arms by your sides. Okay, taking left leg, let it slowly fall toward the floor. Okay, but not all the way, just let it pause and then sweep it back up. Okay. Other side, right leg slowly falls toward the floor. Inhale, exhale, sweep it back up. So as you're letting that leg drop, you want to feel the pressure on your sacrum staying the same. So you're right there balanced and without letting your tailbone rock toward the floor. Okay, low back stays softly pressed toward the floor and the rib cage especially stays pulled down. Inhale, slowly down, ribs are in, exhale up. One more, right side down and bring it up. Now a little faster, so we go down and then switch midway. Just start to switch, not fast, just a little quicker than it was. Stay engaged. Now float the shoulders, reach the fingertips to the ends of the mat, and then come back down. Lift up and come back down, just sliding the fingertips on the mat. Now hold the legs, right leg up, left leg down, hold here. Float the arms, little lifts, up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, switch sides, keep going for 8, 7, 6, 5. If you need support, take a hand behind the head or both hands. 2, 1, and rest. Release that. Ooh, shake it out a little side to side. A little rotate with your knees tucked in towards your chest. And then we'll come back again into that center space. Take your ball this time. Your right knee is drawn in. Left leg is going to reach out and then scoop through the belly, shoulders back. Start to float that right heel up a little bit. Give yourself some space here. Here's what's about to happen. We're lifting up. We're lifting up. Take the ball in the right hand. Okay, it doesn't matter how low this left leg is. All right, take that ball in the right hand, slide it under, and then switch. Switch. Exhale. Exhale. Good. Stay lifted as long as you can, and if you need a lift and lower, take the lift and lower option. Come down, you can stay here, still doing the move, or lift and lower as needed. Here we go, the knee is bent, so it's single leg stretch. Okay, reach, reach, good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome work. Set the feet down, rest back. Take your ball. We'll lift the hips so we're in supported bridge again. Taking the ball just underneath the sacral space behind you. Just take a moment there. Feel all the weight resting on the ball. If it's a foam roller or a block, it would be the same thing. Just place it right underneath the sacrum, not into your low back. So as we take the knees up, now we have to balance. So if you're on the ball, you've got a lot more challenge here to balance. Even though it's a small, not very lifted space, it's going to cause you to wobble. Take the legs up. Now we have a couple of variations. We can keep softly bent knees here. Inhale, let's start in this position. We're going to start to lower the legs down, just tapping the feet close to the floor. They don't even have to quite reach. I'm going to keep everything pulled in here and then bring it back up right over your hips. Be mindful that when your knees lift up or your legs lift up toward the sky, that you're not collapsing in your low back. Okay? Everything stays really solid from ribs to hips. So we lower down, inhale, up, exhale. Down, inhale. Arms can be out as wide as you'd like them to be to give you a little more balance, support. Now, next option, of course, is straight legs. So double straight leg or double bent knee. Inhale, lower down, just about level with the, or parallel with the floor, I'd say, and then back up. Inhale, exhale, up. So whatever lift you have here, you could do this on solid surface as well, or a rolled up towel, or block, foam roller, anything you have. Inhale, you can do it flat on the floor as well. You do not have to have a lift. It just gives you that little extra something here today, a little more challenge. For 4, 3, keep it connected, 2, and last one, right here. Let's go, inhale, exhale, bring it up, and release. Very good. Take the feet to the floor. Lift up, move the block or ball, whatever you have there, out from underneath you. Lower down to the mat. Let your spine just fall back into a neutral space. Knees sway side to side. Deep breaths. All right, now come on over. We're coming over to the side. So as you roll over to the side, I'm just going to set that ball off for a moment. So on the floor, you can rest yourself all the way down, or you can prop your head on an object. So once again, it could be the ball, it could be a block, pillow, whatever you have, if this is not comfortable for your shoulder. Okay, your next option is also to come up to your elbow, little more advanced here. So we're working in an intermediate space if you want to come up to the elbow. Turning toes under on the bottom leg, and then lifting your bottom waist, or staying right here, but evening out your hips. So meaning we're not collapsing even on the floor. Okay, so lengthen that top leg like it's gonna get a little bit longer than your bottom leg. And we'll come forward, front kick. 1, 2, bring it back. Chest is steady. Inhale, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Good. Deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Very nice. So keeping that waist nice and long on both sides, whether you're lifted or down. Forward, bring it back. Last 3. Push back, but pull in through the front. Push back through the heel, glute engage, core solid. Last one. Pause here. Rotate the knee and the toes up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keeping it long through the waist. Again, whether you're lifted or on the mat. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. If you want to keep yourself lifted and use the ball as a guide, we're not going to rest on it, but we're going to use that as a little guide underneath. You could do that as well. Okay. So last 3, 2, last one. Good, very nice, and pause right here. So I'm just going to set this back off to the side for a moment. Coming down to the mat, hand right beside your head. Okay. Oh, so you're going to rotate back just a little bit. Okay. So as you rotate back, lift the knees, try to come up into a little crunch, and then lower yourself back down and balance. So legs are floating. Inhale, exhale, rotate slightly back, lifting up and crunch, bring it back down. Inhale here, add more challenge, take that arm up, exhale, come up and crunch, and then bring it back to center. Inhale, exhale. Now if you want to just also keep this arm out in front, this bottom arm can just go right in front of you, and this may give you a little more balance. Okay. Exhale, rotate slightly back. You're just kind of on your hip here, on the side of your hip. Inhale, exhale up. Now see if you can rotate a little deeper. So you're taking opposite arm toward opposite thigh. Last 4, crunch. 3, make sure you're comfortable under your hips if you need cushion. 2, and last 1, come up. Now pause, come back out to where you started, hold it here, and both legs floating, lift them up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Bring the knees up. We're going over to the other side. Whoops. Over to the other side. Here we go. Front to back kicks. If you want to use the ball as a guide underneath you, place it down lower than your rib cage, closer to your hip, and along that side waist. Okay, it's not necessary to do it if you don't feel comfortable with the ball there, but if you'd like to use it, go ahead and use that as a guide. All the way down on the mat, or lift it as I am on the elbow, turning the bottom toes under, lifting that knee. Inhale, bring it forward. 1, 2. Exhale back. Once again, whether you have something under your waist or not, if you're lifted, be very careful there that you're not allowing yourself to drop down into the mat. Exhale. We're always trying to lift up. So even if you're flat on the mat, you're not trying to allow everything just to rest completely, but I don't want you to scrunch up under your armpit. So I'll show you. Keep going wherever you are. So if you're here, try not to just push into your arm and come up. Really kind of pull up through the side waist a little bit. Okay. So here, last 3. Forward, bring it back, waist long. 2, 1. Hold it here. Rotate the top leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Get long when it comes down. So use some energy there. A little bit of extra force to bring it down, like you're squeezing something there between the inner thighs all the way to your heel. 4. Watch the bottom shoulder if you're lifted. 3, 2, and last 1. All right, here we do our little rotation crunch. I'm going to take that bottom arm, just reach it out to the front. You go wherever it feels right for you. We're going to reach up, inhale. As you exhale, start to rotate back a little bit. Bring those knees in. See if you can lift your chest up. And then bring yourself back out, side lying. Inhale. Okay. Exhale, come up. Even if you don't lift all the way up, just do that little rotation and crunch. Exhale. Inhale. Now, next few, if you're coming all the way up especially, I want you to really kind of rotate to the outside. See if you can deepen that twist. Okay, give me last 4. Last 3. 2. Good job. Last 1. And rest. Awesome work. Stretch it out real quick. Bring the knees in. Press up all the way to seated. And let's stretch that sideways. So find a mermaid or Z-sit position. Left leg is forward if you're going to mirror me. I want you to take that left arm, reach it up. So just like you did in the very beginning, reach up. You could even have your ball over here. That makes it a little easier to reach the floor. And we're just going to lean into it. Come all the way up. Place that hand on the floor. Right arm sweeps up and over and gives it a little twist toward the floor. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, reach. We should be a little taller, I think, now. Reach up, reach over. Come all the way up and come forward. Once again, using your ball or something in front of you if you'd like, just to reach it out. And coming up, and we'll switch sides. Finding whichever position is best for you. It might be that your legs are a little more stacked than mine, or maybe not even bending that back knee at all. So we take that right arm up and then reach from the waist. If that puts too much pressure in that knee, go ahead and straighten the leg out. Come up, reach up over as long as you can get. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reach. Inhale. And exhale, reach it out. Last one. All the way back up, coming forward. And back to seated. Bring yourself right back to a seated position where you started. We'll sweep the arms, reach up. Bring the hands down. Take a moment. Honor the movement, the abilities that you've created today, how your body has responded, and how you got yourself here. That's very important, that you chose to be here and you showed up for yourself. Excellent work.